Hi and welcome back to the channel. We're currently experiencing UK winter van life and of course the associated UK winter weather.
It's been cold and rainy for a few days now and we've been keeping cosy in the motorhome. So whilst we're inside, we thought we'd share with you our top 10 items we've bought to make motorhoming easier and more enjoyable.
So starting right at the cheapest item, here we go.
So first on our list is the humble kitchen roll. And we use this to clean the plates before we put them in the washing up bowl. And this helps us keep our wastewater clean and free from smells.
In conjunction with a kitchen roll, we also use a collapsible colander. So anything missed from the kitchen roll will then get caught in the colander, because the last thing we do is empty the dishwater through the colander. Now when I empty my waste tank, there's very little, if any, food debris, and it doesn't smell.
So number 2 on our list are our storage solutions, and these are ones that we got from B&M. This size is a £5 and I think these were £3, and the key thing is that they stack. We've also got soft baskets inside. Once in situ, the stackable shelves fit neatly into the space so that everything can get stored away, and the key thing is to make sure there's as little rattling as possible by using soft baskets and then filling the space to stop things from moving around.
Number 3 on the list is this £12 multi-socket. I don't know about you, but I'm so disappointed with the number of sockets and USBs we have. I spent such a lot of money on the van and then I have no USBs in here and only got 3 240 volt sockets. So with drones, laptops, phones, cameras, just about everything needing a charge of some description, these have become invaluable. So you can plug any plug in. Got to bear in mind that they only come one-handed, so depending on where you then plug this into a socket in relation to a wall or other surface, it might obstruct, but dead easy. Number 4, adjustable tension rods. These are really good for keeping things in place. You just hold them into your cupboard, you rotate and they tighten up, and they're on a spring, and that's it. So they're adjustable. You can move them wherever you want. That's going to stop things rattling while you're in transit. You can loosen them, move them up, and that's it. Keeps everything in place. You can put a couple in each cupboard, and we use them in all the cupboards: clothing, bottles, jars. We've also used 2 chrome ones, bigger diameter, in the bathroom, and that allows us to then hang towels, because we actually use this room as a drying room. One of the warm air vents comes straight through into here, so it's really warm, great for coats, a bit of laundry, wet dog clothes, things like that. Number 5 is my short hookup cable. So I get tired of this. It's 25 meters. Most of the time I only use about 10 meters, so I have to uncoil every last bit of it for safety, because we all know if you leave it coiled and plugged in, it'll overheat and melt and all sorts of horrendous disasters will happen. So, and it's heavy to wind up as well, so I got myself a 10 meter hookup cable, and since then I think I've used this once, so 20 quid. It's just a game changer for me.
Number 6 on our list is our pan set, and this costs £40 from Go Outdoors. The reason we like this pan set is it comes in a bag that keeps everything together. The pans have detachable handles and the frying pan has the same. They're non-stick and the pan lid fits both of those frying pans. Once the pans are unscrewed, they fit neatly inside each other, and we just put a little protector in there to stop it from rattling around. Number 7 on our list is our Karcher, and we use this to get rid of the condensation that accumulates in the morning on our windscreen. We also use it after we've had a shower to get rid of any of the residual water that's in the tray and on the walls. So that's an added bonus for having a Karcher. So some people argue that you don't need a Karcher or a window vac to get rid of condensation because you can use your silver screen. And we do have a silver screen. When we've used that in the past, there isn't any condensation in the van and we've not needed the window vac. However, where has all that moisture gone? We're using our front windscreen as a natural dehumidifier, and that's where all the water collects. And that's what we're trying at the moment. We'll use our silver screen to keep the heat out in summer rather than keeping the cold out in winter.
Number 8 is a cheap and cheerful sat-nav. Orex, 80 quid, although I believe you can even get it cheaper now from their website. I thought long and hard about sat-nav. TomTom, Garmin, 300 plus pounds for the camper version. This one you can put your dimensions in, and it's absolutely been spot on across France, Spain and the UK. It's never took me to a road that I didn't think I should be there. It took a little bit of getting used to. The interface is just different if you're used to TomTom and Garmin, but it will take you to previous destinations, it will take you to points of interest, it will find Aldi and Lidl and petrol and anything else. It's been absolutely spot on. Number 9 is a power bank. We happen to have a EcoFlow. There's loads of other brands. Never tried any of the other brands. This is the one and only power bank that we've bought. It's the EcoFlow River. It's the smallest one they do, 268 amps. And it was the cheapest one they do because in November 22 it was a Black Friday deal. We paid 249 quid. The main reason for it was just to charge laptops. We found that we can manage off-grid for quite extended periods of time if we were travelling every 2 or 3 days or if we had decent solar. But when we get to our next stop, the only thing we couldn't do was charge laptops up. And we both use laptops quite a bit. It can be charged by a normal 240 volt socket when we're on electric hookup. And it can also be charged as a connection there, so you can charge it with a cigarette lighter in the vehicle cab. Both systems take about an hour and a half to get it full. On the display, you get the percentage of the battery remaining and at the current ampage draw, which at the moment's nothing because nothing plugged in, how long it'll last. It's got various USBs, a USB-C, a fast charging USB, traditional 12 volt cigarette lighter, and of course it's an inverter as well as a lithium battery, so a couple of normal 3-pin plugs that we can charge laptops with. It's even got a torch. As you'd expect with something techie, it's got an app. So I've got the app on my phone, and that allows me to see the display without getting out my seat and walking the full length of the van. And finally, our 10th item, quite an expensive item, is our Gaslow refillable gas cylinders. Now we paid £480 for those, and I feel that's really quite cheap because it was dealer fit, but it was part of the whole deal buying a new motorhome. The reason for the Gaslow is that we are going to spend quite a lot of time, 2 lots of 90 days in fact, in Europe. And of course exchangeable cylinders from the UK are never going to be exchanged in Europe, so it would start a whole ball game of costly swapping or trying to purchase cylinders and a whole mess that I didn't want to do. So Gaslow alleviates that because in Europe LPG is plentiful, easy to get and cheap. In the UK it's slightly more difficult, although we haven't had any problems, but I think in the near future it's going to become more sparse as far as how many petrol stations are stocking LPG. But for now, piece of cake. We've got 2 cylinders, 6 kilos each. They hold 11.5 litres, and a typical refill from empty of 1 cylinder will cost us round about £9, whereas a Cala 6 kilogram will cost between £30 and £35 to exchange. That's if you manage to run it dry before you panic and swap when there's still a few litres left in. So that system for us has been a winner. It's saved us quite a lot of money. I think we'll get the initial outlay back fairly soon and we love it.
So I hope you've enjoyed watching our top 10 essential items that we've bought for our motorhome.
It's not a definitive list, it's just our list. It's the things that we genuinely have found have made a massive difference to our motorhome life.
Let us know in the comments if you've got an essential item that we've missed off our list.
Yeah, I would really like to know the things that are making your motorhome life easy. Thanks for tuning in again, and maybe tune in next time.